Hey, welcome to God Doesn't Say That.
Lean in closer to him. Yes.
Well, because I'm excited
I know.
and I'm making a point.
She wants to hug you.
I'm gonna hug you because the whole point of God Doesn't Say That is a lot of times, like, we'll say lies to ourselves. I know I do. I'll say lies to myself, or I won't even know I'm believing a lie.
Every day.
And I'll be like ripping myself a new one for no reason. And then all of a sudden I realize God doesn't say that. I'm the one that hates me, not God.
Oh my God.
So,
It's just true.
And God doesn't say that. That's me. Or Satan. Say,
you're an idiot. But sometimes it's both.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, you're embarrassing.
So that whole idea, like, God doesn't say that. So we are creating this whole series. It's new, and it's don't say this, say that, because God says this.
Yes.
And so the kind of where we're getting this from is that whole idea of just being able to renew your mind. If you read Romans 12:2, it says, don't copy the behaviors and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. And so it's just that idea, like, we have a lot of lies in our brains that we've told ourselves for years, or that we've allowed Satan to kind of convince us that are true. And what happens is, you know, when you create these neurological pathways, even if it's a lie, your brain, if you keep saying, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, eventually your brain makes that a truth in your head. And so you have to undo it. And so you have to create new pathways. And so what you do with that is, whenever you believe a lie, you say, wait a second, like Katie said, that God doesn't say that. What's the truth? And so you can say, that's a lie. And then by saying that's a lie, your brain hears, oh, that's a lie. You can undo it, and then you replace it with God's truth by letting God transform the way you think, just like Romans 12:2 says. And we want God's truths to be the truths that we are clinging to, so that we know who He is and who He made us to be. So this is all about just like some practical tips of renewing your mind. So Katie, what are some lies you're believing, or a lie that you've been believing this week?
I think that, and that's why it's like vulnerable, but man, I have a laundry list. Like, these are so easy to write because truth and lies are just awesome. So God doesn't say that I'm a loser, and I shouldn't either. Through faith, I get to say I'm a winner.
You are a winner.
I'm a winner.
You're victorious.
Through faith, I'm a winner. And I love to win. I mean, I will win at like brushing my teeth. I had to have surgery because I wanted brushing my teeth, and I brushed my teeth so many times I had that like I like to win. But if you love to win so much, you're gonna lose sometimes, and then all of a sudden if you lose, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm a loser. Yeah. I just lost. I mean, I can lose at like getting the mail. Like I don't know how you could lose at that, but I don't know. So it's a lot of work. But God says in Romans 8:37, no, despite all these things, your negative self-talk, what people have told you growing up, all of those things, overwhelming victory is ours through Christ who loved us. So you are not, so don't say I'm a loser, say I'm a winner, because through faith, that's what's true.
Exactly. You're victorious. I want to sing like
that was
champion song, you know?
Actually,
you know that song? So for me, I often struggle, and have very much been struggling the past couple weeks with the idea that I'm just not qualified. But God doesn't say that. God doesn't say that I'm not qualified, and I shouldn't either. Through faith, I get to say that I am equipped to do whatever God calls me to because of Jesus who is in me. Because God says in 2 Corinthians 3 that it is through Him that I am qualified. Through Jesus, I'm qualified to do whatever God has called me to do.
Right. So
that's the truth.
Don't say that. Say this. So what lies are you believing? Just write them down. Write them down one by one, and check out, we mentioned this last time, but the Lane of Roses app is awesome. Yes. You can look up, it has verses for every emotion. So if you just go check that out on the app, you can look at anything that you may be feeling and find a lie in a verse that corresponds with how to combat that lie. And you write it down. And just like when you go on vacation and you think you're like going on a horse ride, and really like that horse just goes on the same trail regardless of whether you steer, like that is how these habits and our negative self-talk can work. If you keep telling yourself that lie, well, it's just like when you get on the horse and you go down that trail, cut a new trail.
Yeah.
That is what we got to do.
Yes.
So,
and friends don't let friends tell each other lies. So give people permission, or tell themselves lies. So give each other permission to say, that's a lie. That's a rule in our house. If we say a lie out loud or we're believing a lie, like my husband or me, and Katie has permission, I have a couple friends in my life, they get to say, that's a lie. Now tell me the truth. And so do that with your friends. And because friends don't let friends.
Healthy friends.
Yes. And challenge one another to create those new pathways that we're talking about. Because you're worth it.
Awesome.
You're worth believing who God has made you to be. Like, you're worth seeing yourself for who God has made you to be. And that's what we want, but ultimately that's just what God wants. God wants you to see yourself for who he has made you to believe. Okay?
And that is a wrap.